There is a sound to every living thing upon this earth. A cloud, a sunset, a tree, a flower, a coral grove. They say that if our ears were fine enough tuned, that we could hear, still circling the airwaves, the words of great men in other times. Of all the sounds that mix upon this earth, the sounds of poverty are the cruelest sounds. The poor have always known poverty is the war that never ends. The poor have always known no victory is more important to win. Urban poverty is the cruelest poverty of all, because the trapped inhabitants can't live off the land. Poverty is not unique to Jamaica. It is shared by the great nations and the small nations alike. Great countries have been dramatically humbled by the problem of urban blight. Here in Jamaica, we have found a way.
Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, world. This is the Rastafari International Ambassador, the man from Buzzwalk, Jabani, better known as the Badass. Today, I'm going to put the spotlight on the place called Buzzwalk, better known as Bakawal, where Rastafari originate from. Now, I am a Rasta baby. As you know, I was born 1954. And today, I'm going to do a mental roll call. Meaning I'm going to just shout out to a few people that I can recall that is still around to verify the things that I'm going to talk about today. Now, I do not have any special order to talk about things because I'm coming out of my memory and not out of any books. Now, '63 64, 63, around there, Edward Seaga purchased a piece of land up at Trinity Plain on Wellington Street and named that land Chocomo Lawn. Now, the year before, Zaki the High Priest, Benny Sampson, and Claudius Massop kept a dance at the Foresters Hall. At that time, I was 9 years old. And I remember being the buckle boy, one of the buckle boy in that dance. Just laying a foundation. So when it comes to dancehall business, I'm in the dance hall from roughly around 7 years old. Now, I'm going somewhere with this conversation. When I talk, I always tell my listening audience and a dog not for back. And I really mean that. Because I notice a lot of people, for example, last month, sometime, you have two little knocked up here boys. One by the name of Junior Negos and the other one, Higher Congo. And I have to take off my belt and give it to them neatly. Now, gone are the days where the angle it more rougher because boys have to go rough. But these two boys, why I'm mentioning them now, they are now making it up as they go along, as most Rasta do today. They just make up things as they go along and nobody is there here to check or balance them. Now, let me do a bit a roll call. Respect goes out to Teddy Paul, mother, Miss Spinach. I think you're the only one today that is still around from the days of your crew. So your crew was you, Miss Spinach, Merkel, Miss Birdie, Miss Vernica, to name a few. Yeah. Right now, anyway, you're there, stand up firm, Miss Spinach. Cause you know me when me a liquor boy. Me a boy still for you. That's why me have to put on the Miss Spinach, Miss Merkel, Miss Blossom Masters, where the first bar in Tivoli was owned by Blossom Masters. Let me see if I can remember. Yeah. If I can remember her daughter, or one daughter, but Joan Masters. Last time I see you up there in the Bronx. And you scream bang about, me ask if your beer father you talk about. We ask me beer father for kill you and come kill him. That you said to me, you know. After me done know say you're part of the family from your mother grew me. Yeah. Miss Blossom Masters grew me. And your uncle, Benny Sampson, Benko, am my general, my commander. Him put me a road. Me and my team a road. Benko. I'm just talking enough to make some man get a balance of who I talk now. Because I have an original Flowers youth, you know. For never know. But me never come up. And me go around certain elder. But Benny Sampson was my commander. Yeah. I mean, by a call, general in my own league. As a matter of fact, I tell you, I get a spanking one time through my two road from Bayer. In my uncle's column, beat me with a jockey whip because I was a naughty little youth. Every night I bring in the eat. In my Flowers, I go to the street, go pick up cheese and them hear the noise and say, wait, I was going last night. And then point me out at talk about a little one day. And the man them hold me and flag me. But I want to take it because I notice nobody don't speak about Backawall and Backawall time and Backawall days. Some artists sing about it, Remember the days of Bacawal. So the youths them going to hear about the days of Bacawal. But nobody actually speak about it. Well, I'm from Bacawal. And like I said, I give a little roll call just now. Miss Spinners is still there. And Raffley is still there too. Let me see who is still there. Lego Beast is still there. And let me see who else. Because I can actually identify from where I'm at who is still there. I only can speak about the people that I personally know from Bacawal. So Bacawal people will have to identify themselves. Now, Haile Selassie visit Jamaica 1966, April, I think around 21st. At the time of His Majesty's visit, I was 12-year-old. And at those time, 12-year-old, yeah, big boy. Yeah, big boy. Rude boy too. So, I was part of the procession that went to the airport to meet the king. Because all of that was originated, the whole meet and greet package was a Bacawal package. Yeah. So, me talk about Bacawal now, because nobody not come talk about that segment of the thing. So, I have to talk about that now. Yeah, before the king come, the man them call full-scale coronation. Bacawal man them call it. And the procession leave from not out of Bacawal, but Upper Trench Town, bottom 9th Street, from Bongo Water Yard. So Bongo Water Yard we march from by airport. Now, when the king come, Chocomolan was up and running in a full swing. The king comes 76, and then him give us a church, and him give us a school, which common knowledge. After the king visit 1966, that same year, the government decides it a go flatten down Bacawal as revenge, because when the king was here, we take over airport and we take over the whole place. Bacawal people do that. So, as soon as the king leave, them decide say, them a go flatten down the Rasta stronghold. Because them time that is stronghold that. So them flatten down Bacawal the same year 1966.
We do not say it is the only way.
When good things are done, people write books about them. Some people write songs about them. Some people compose poetry, and others make films about them. If a country picks one small spot and says this spot is to be the rectum of the whole city, is to be the place where everything that has no further use is to be deposited, then they must ask themselves the question, what do you expect from the people? West Kingston was the site of the abattoir. It is the location of the morgue. It has the biggest cemetery in the entire island. It has one of the main sewage treatment plants. It had the worst garbage dump, known as Dungle, and it had the worst slum in the entire country, known as Backawall. Backawall had no roads. It had no lights. It had no water. It had no sewerage. 2 public latrines and 2 community pipes served its 5,000 residents. People lived in discarded cars, bits and pieces of scrap metal and cardboard tied together. Here was a nest where the worst criminals gathered and stamped their image on the face of West Kingston. What we set out to do was to reverse the process of decay, to demonstrate that even the wasteland of Backawall could be reclaimed, that out of the worst could be created the best. But it was a hard road to travel.
It's a hard road to travel, and a mighty long way to go. We are gonna
The story of Tivoli Gardens cannot be told without reference to the Honorable Edward Seaga, the social engineer who was the architect of this amazing physical and spiritual transformation. As the people's representative in Parliament, as Minister of Development, then as Minister of Finance and Planning, he was largely responsible for the concept of development of the area. Backawall was an inherited problem. In August 1962, when Jamaica gained its independence under the leadership of the Jamaican national hero, the Right Excellent Sir Alexander Bustamante, it faced a complex of economic and social problems that had accumulated over 3 centuries of colonial rule. Jamaica, like other countries, had been experiencing a shift of its population from rural to urban areas, and with this shift, an accumulation of social problems. Despite the rapid pace of industrialization, the cities, particularly Kingston, had not been able to keep pace with the rapid expansion of its population. In 1962, when the Union Jack was replaced by the green, black, and gold flag of the newly independent nation, the seething economic and social problems had reached major proportions. The symbolism of the flag reflected the optimism of the people. Hardships there are, but the land is green, and the sun shineth. The new government set about to attack its problem with energy and determination. And in less than 10 years, spearheaded by its young, dynamic Prime Minister, Right Honorable Hugh Shearer, produced remarkable results. In many respects, Tivoli Gardens is an example of its outstanding achievements.
And then build up what is known now as Tivoli Garden. Along the program, I will let you hear the so-called scheme that they implement to build up the garden. The garden was accomplished, and we start moving to the gardens 1968. So between 66, after the king come and gone, you have 007, Ocean 11, Wood Boy a whale, and them a lick down Shantytown. And by time 68, my family I move after Akiwak. I go in at Java, better known as Belgium. Down a yard there. Cross the bridge. Me and my team, we are run sea waterfront. We are run oil refinery boat, fertilizer boat. I'm not gonna know we run the place, you know. The big man them get contract on the oil refinery and fertilizer boat and use we as youth to work the boat. Yeah. As a matter of fact, Pepsi and Danjo man, respect Danjo, even though you can't see the program, but you can hear the program. Danjo man, him don't watch rest between Lico Watchy, what the name? Lico Elsha. Him have him stall over Lico Elsha. Danjo mans. Me and Danjo mans and Blacker. PyQ Blacker I'm talking. We used to work. Me, Danjo mans, Plucky. Yes, Mr. Buddy, Plucky. And a few others. We used to work fertilizer boat down at Tankol. So when my family move out of Akiwak and cross the road, Industrial Terrace, and we live at Java. My family still live there all now. Yeah. Our house still there at Java right now. If I go home right now, I can't go to my yard. Yeah, my yard down there. Yeah. Come it built till now, my yard still there. Because my yard a yard for life. So I don't want to get it twisted when in the year say me and shower man catch up and I would boy things. When we catch up a rude boy things and a grudge thing and a hateful thing and those rude boy thing. The boy can't tell me say me can't go to my yard. It never reached the level yet. It never reached the level yet between me and the man a garden where me can't go to my yard. I'm here talking now. So now, I notice when I talk about Bakawal, a whole heap of people get them feelings because them couldn't come to Bakawal. Yeah, Bakawal was an exclusive place, you know, we hear it now. We couldn't hear it now. It was an exclusive place and another place where anyone could have run in. No. To go in the Bakawal, you have to go down Corn Lane, you have to go down Salt Lane, you have to go on Pichon Street, you have to go down Darling Street, you have to go down Back Lane. You have to go through Ebenezer Lane. You have to go down Industrial Terrace. You have to take it from Greenwich Farm, Foreshore Road, train line. Yeah. And these places is not places where anybody at home could have go down these lanes. If you go down South Lane, you have to, yeah, you couldn't just go down South Lane, so a special people, you have to live down South Lane. Where you go? Who you going to? You have to answer these questions. Who know you? That's how Bakawal did square off, you know. Bakawal wasn't a place like nobody else, you know, or nowhere else, you know. When you got Bakawal, you have reason for you got Bakawal, you know. Yeah, so if you all know me as a youth them time there, and you say you go down there, go check Liquor Bunny. Yeah, because them time I don't name badass it. Liquor Bunny. Yeah. Then you can't come in. Yeah, you have to have a reason. You have to check Liquor Tony. You have to check Sack. Yeah. You go check Big Dread, Big Joe, Hezri, Butchie Belly, Wani. Yeah. And that's the thing setting up. You couldn't say, go down to them places because you feel for just wander in a tourist place. And a tourist place, you know. A half-limit place, a Rasta place. Yeah. So today now me want to talk about Bakawal and talk about a paid criminal down there. Well, you call it when you want to call it, you couldn't come down there. So that's why when me talk no dog no bark, the place gets silent. Yeah. Because my chronicle me I tell you, I never seen none of down there we talk right now. No Rasta we talk right now, I never seen none of Bakawal yet. You can't talk to me. That's why me talk how me talk, you know. And I bully the thing, I tell you the truth. None of what I talk. I never seen none of Bakawal yet. None of. Yeah, and we want Bakawal. Yeah, as youth, from a youth that come up and we run the thing. Because we take orders and the big man them tell we who for let in and who not for let in. Who can come in and who can't come in. Yeah. Salute. Okoranda. Salute. Because you know them days and know them style. Because you was one of the Smith. Yeah, I didn't tell him what kind of Smith you was. But you was a Smith. Yeah, from Rockfort. My brethren. Yeah, so I take pride into speaking about Bakawal. Because I have escaped from all their institution. Now when from Central, them can go Alpha. Alpha wouldn't take me. But she named Mary, but she named Sister Agnes, that's what them call her. When she looked at my name and she said me Rasta related. Them reject me at Alpha. So me talk, you know, because Alpha did reject me, you know. Yeah. Homestead they take me. And I cut from them around 3 times. Yeah, I cut from them, me and farmer one time. I cut, tell me, say me and farmer. Stafford Pine, Flaco, Jack Flaco, cut. Take it back, take the old Stony Hill back road all the way down to Kingston Spring, come down Mullines Road, come to reach town. Yeah. I cut them again one time again I come from Homestead again and take long lane. And then collar me on long lane. Carry me back. Yeah. Then I think them hold me in a strong room there for a while at Homestead till they find me guilty and sentence me to Stony Hill. I'm at Stony Hill for a while. I chill. Till my brethren Tuku Ballhead come up there tell me what go on a street or street around nice and how money I make. And me up a Stone Hill I learn trade. And him influence me again and I cut. I think me a Spice Man and Chiphead. Yeah, Donovan Chiphead, Donovan Ross. Yeah, anyway they stand firm. One of my escapee brethren. Yeah. Then them hold me again. Cause you don't know, say we stay upon the road. Them hold me again. And this time them can go and place now name. We in a Manchester, southern Manchester, place named Cross Key. A place named New Broughton. Home for boys. Yeah, that's how I meet Garfield, Webster, Fields. And a thing called Woodpost from Montego Bay Swine Lane. Yeah. And me and Woodpost and Garfield take them again. Because we don't stay at them place there, you know. We are ever escapee. But me I tell you how my back a while days how me come. Me the active youth. Yeah. ever dey on the road, ever the road. Get caught, escape, get caught, escape. Yeah. So now, them build up Tivoli Garden, but to only hear them speak the history, it's like the record is silent pan Chocomolan. Because if you listen all them, you're gonna hear how them speak the history. Them speak the history like nothing never go on at Chocomolan, at Tivoli Garden, everything go on. And I'm here to let you know now that everything in a West Kingston today, culturally, start at Wellington Street up on my corner. The Park Heights.
What we set out to do was to reverse the physical and human erosion of the area and to show that the worst could become the best.
And so began the transfiguration of Backer Wall. What would be their plan? Burn it up? Blow it up? Raise it to the ground? But would it be enough to change old things for new? To build new tenements over old tattoos? The plan was unique. It was not enough only to replace the shells in which people lived out their lives. More important was the way of life within the shell.
It is one thing to erect new buildings and remove people into them. But unless you can induce a higher standard of behavior, a higher standard of living among the people, you will simply end up with a higher class of slum. To overcome this, the focus of attention must be the people, what they need and what they want. Out of a slum, we grew a garden, and we called it Tivoli Garden.
Tivoli is unlike any other urban renewal project in that it provides a full range of community services that take care of individuals, their needs and their wants from before birth until death.
The four-building complex, known as the Mother and Child Center, is, as its name implies, a center devoted to taking care of the needs of mothers and infants. Like life itself, let's begin with birth. In fact, before the event of birth itself. A prenatal clinic and a home economic center educate the mother-to-be in the basics of nutrition and child care. The child gets the benefit of proper nutrition, and the mother gets the benefit of proper medical care before the child is born, which is, of course, the best way to give the infant a good start in life, and to raise the level of attainment in later life. The child is born in relative comfort. A modern, air-conditioned maternity center operated by the Ministry of Health. Adjoining the maternity center, a daycare center liberates the parents to work, but not at the expense of the child. The center accepts children aged 3 months to 3 years. From 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. each day, these children are tended. They are bathed, fed, redressed in clean clothing, amused, and taught the important things of daily living. At 3 years, the children are transferred to the infant school section of this complex. Here, trained specialists in early childhood education help to prepare the youngsters for the years of school that lie ahead. But for the Tivoli Gardens youngster, infant school is a fun experience. And even if one has to put up with the tedium of learning, there are always pleasant diversions, like playgrounds with swings and chutes, and mealtime with wholesome meals and milk. Choral singing makes the whole thing worthwhile. Out of the ruins of that war, where the basic education was crime and survival for today, now there is learning for tomorrow. Serious school business begins at the age of 6, when the child enters the Denhamtown Primary School across the road from Tivoli Gardens, a sparkling new building where trained teachers ply their gentle art.
While we try to give the students a proper grounding in the traditional disciplines, we also place great stress on developing the student's curiosity towards life and equipping him the best we can to cope with a changing environment.
At the age of 12, students transfer to the Tivoli Gardens Comprehensive School. On completion, this modern, well-equipped complex will be set in a spacious park-like garden, complete with fountains, tropical flora, and 10 acres of playing fields and courts that will do justice to the status of its champion netball and softball teams. As the name implies, the comprehensive school boasts a range of academic, vocational, and technical programs. Specialization comes at age 15. Youngsters unsuited for careers in the arts or sciences can find their measure in home economics, arts and crafts, commercial training, or vocational programs.
At this point, we're going to observe the various oxidizing strengths of different chemicals. You know that in this jar we have potassium permanganate.
The program of the comprehensive school is supplemented by the program of the community center, the focus of social activities in Tivoli Gardens. It is a place teeming with life, a structure large and imposing, but with a warmth and vitality uniquely its own. It is a place of learning, of business, of work, and of play, where one can watch a game of skill or discuss one's problem.
But you're a carpenter, yes, right? I wouldn't use you as a laborer because if you have a skill, people, yeah. But we have a lot of laborers. So right now there are practically no carpenters unemployed in the area. Yes. No masons unemployed. No steel workers unemployed. So we'll get you something as a carpenter because we expect some calls soon.
The community center demonstrates the kind of forethought that had to go into the designing of the Tivoli Gardens experiment. For experiment it is, in total community development, in which the people participate in planning.
When the scheme was being laid out in 1963, as the minister responsible for town planning and for community development work, I worked closely with the Ministry of Housing in designing the layout of this area. But the layout by itself, while it solved some problems, would not take care of all of them. There were other major problems which had to be solved by providing a full range of services for the people. For many reasons, therefore, I did not wish to burden the government by singling out this area for special treatment. What we did do was to set up an organization known as the West Kingston Trust. whose job it would be to provide the centers to fully service the needs of the people. In fact, what we arranged was a partnership in which the trust provided the buildings and the government the services.
The West Kingston Trust is an organization set up under the trust laws of Jamaica. The beneficiaries of the trust are the people of West Kingston. The West Kingston Trust is comprised of businessmen and people of the area. The maternity center, the first of its type in Jamaica, was built by the Kiwanis Club of Kingston and donated to the trust. The daycare center and infant school were donated by Charles Chinloy, a well-known businessman who made his money in West Kingston. The Home Economic Center was donated by George Fong Yi, another Chinese businessman, himself a member of the West Kingston Trust. While these centers reflect the generosity of wealthy patrons, the community center is principally a product of the community. It represents 5 years of fundraising efforts by the people of the area, supplemented by the generosity of business and industry all over the island. These contributed cement, lumber, steel, roofing, lighting, and other building materials. Another triumph in the way that people can help people. So that where there was organized crime, there is now organized training. Where there were tombstones of death, there are now centers of life. Where there was garbage and decay, there are now playfields for youth. This area, once a cemetery, is now an open community playfield. It was created to take the pressure of use off the central playing field, which is reserved for competition and team practice. The community center serves as a stadium from which residents and their guests can watch sports contests on the central playing field. There are games for boys and girls alike. Netball and basketball. Cricket and, of course, football. Tivoli Gardens is proud of its football team, which boasts a couple of national players. But sports is only one of the activities offered by the comprehensive program of the Ministry of Youth and Community Development in this center to serve the total individual and the full range of community needs. As was noted earlier, its vocational and technical programs complement those of the comprehensive school. Key punch operations, shorthand and typing, sales and cashiering, electronics. For adults wishing to improve themselves, an adult literacy program has been established. And for youngsters, a junior library is run by the Jamaica Library Services. Youth clubs provide for leadership, training, and constructive expression.
Give us faith always to seek that which is highest. Give us courage always to stand for that which we know to be right.
Here, in a well-designed crash training program operated by the Ministry of Labor, teenagers and young adults learn skills and techniques oriented to employment opportunities available in the area. Steel bending, masonry, wood turning and carpentry.
No program to provide for outlets and services in this area could ignore the cultural life of the people. Indeed, West Kingston is a curious blend of deep cultural traditions and spontaneous cultural creativity. Tivoli gave the artist the canvas. Tivoli gave the sculptor the chisel. Tivoli gave the actor the platform.
My somber face and skin, with the dark blood down within, like great pulsing skies of wine, like fear.
Tivoli gave the musician the drum for the burst of creative activity which has flourished there. The old art form mingles with the new, and the combination produces the distinctive blend of a new product, rising from an old base. Revival is the base of music and dance. It is a rich religious experience which allows a liberating personal worship in song and dance. The music is fervent. The pop music of the country has borrowed its fervor and its rhythm.
Going down the road that I've been in your way, Johnny, you're too bad. Whoa.
Here in this fashion show, the participants display the creativity and elegance of Tivoli youth.
Here we see how creative dance gives an accent to gracefulness. It comes hard, but with practice, constant practice, they'll one day master the demanding technique that have won many medals for other Tivoli dance groups before them. Folk singing has a way of reflecting the past. Folk singing has a way of bringing people together to share a common experience. Voices blend in song. Voices remember the past. Voices praise the new ideals. In a similar way, drama reflects the oral traditions of the country and its proud people. But the pride of Tivoli is its gold medal bugle and drum band. In daily life, the pattern of recreation leads to popular relaxation. To drink. To dance. To pass the time. To try one's hands at games of skill. The fun and games of the common people. This bar is one of 8 shops in the Tivoli shopping center, located in the central public square. This fountain, in a garden setting against the backdrop of the playing field, is the architectural relief between the shop on one side of the square and the community center on the other. In a corner of the community center, a small 2-man police post is located. But there is little work for them to do. For Tivoli, unlike Backer Wall, has by far the lowest crime rate across the crime-prone waterfront of Kingston. Residents can walk by day or night without fear. And visitors too, the curious and the interested, celebrities and royalty, heads of government and international agencies, students and sightseers all come to Tivoli Gardens on frequent tours.
To get a house in Tivoli Garden, you'd have to come up a Chocomore Lawn or Wellington Street to talk to Miss Vernica and to register you in the center. You have to first join branch. Yeah, and the branch meeting keep in Chocomore Lawn. Chocomore Lawn was way there before Tivoli Garden. To get a house in Tivoli Garden, you have to register. To get a work at Seprad, you have to register in Chocomore Lawn in a branch. To get a work at PWD, you have to register in Chocomore Lawn. To get a work over railway, you have to register up there. So Chocomore Lawn was the lawn that the go-to place. I told you already that prior to 1968, St. Annis Drum Crack Band is who run Jamaica. And Mr. Kenneth, the Blue Sea Man from one of Milk Lane, he put together a drum crack band and call it West Kingston, because that's what it was called before it becomes Tivoli Garden Band. It was West Kingston. And from 1968, that drum crack band up until today is the #1 drum crack band in Jamaica. The only band can come near to that band, and it's the JDF Royal Band, because the JDF Royal Band take things to another level. It take things to the royal level. But when it comes to Ragamuffin Band, yeah man, West Kingston Tivoli Garden Band run the cut. Then all the things them that Tivoli Garden is now taking credit for originate in Chocomore Lawn. You have to understand that Chocomore Lawn and Tivoli Garden, that's the center at Wellington Street, is what actually run Tivoli Garden. Is one and the same. Because the center at Wellington Street was before Tivoli Garden. The center at Wellington Street was from Backawal days. It was the Backawal HQ. Chocomore Lawn was the Backawal HQ, meaning that Backawal is just what it was. I will show you in a minute what Backawal was. And up until today, the reason why nobody speak about Backawal is because people are embarrassed to say they are from Backawal. I will show you a short documentary to bear that out. So now you have to ask yourself now, why Ija Bunny is so proud of Backawal. Yes, I'm very proud to be a product of that dump, from that dump. Yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud for many, many good reasons. Because I have represent Bakawal to the fullest of my ability. Look, a product of Bakawal. Look, this is the product of Bakawal. That's one product. Look again, a product of Bakawal. One day I will give you a pictorial vision of what I have produced out of Bakawal. I am here sitting down and thinking about all the memories and all the places that I have been. For example, some years ago, I was invited to the Queen Garden Party, which I did. I went and have caviar with Her Majesty. When we talk about it, you have some other people that tell me say I should be ashamed. Can you believe it? My virgin tell me one time, say it is nothing to be proud of. What do you mean I'm nothing to be proud of? Back where me come from, don't know where you come from. How? A dirty nasty nigga from Bakawal end up a eat the Queen caviar. And you want to tell me say I know nothing that? Me not to be proud of that. Well, I am proud. Bakawal me come from. Out of nothing. Yeah. I mean also come from Africa. Me also come from Africa. So, in my own way, me have reason to be proud and to be happy to be a child out of the dump. Mr. Seaga call it the dongle. Yeah, I'm here representing all who come out of the dongle. Yeah, I am here representing West Kingston, Bakawal, Tivoli Garden, Rima, Jungle, Pineland, to the fullness. Yeah, man, West Kingston, that me represent. I mean, when me speak, no dog no bark, and when me speak, it go to everybody's ears, but me specifically here, I hold up them place there, because my place, them place there. Yeah. So what me say, when me talk, no dog no bark. Simple. Now, if you know more than me about Bakawal, then let's discuss it. Yeah, feel free. Now, I want to put the spotlight on my brethren, Priest Saral. I'm in Africa there. Yeah. And things tight with him. And I reach out hard. And him claim say, everybody I tell him say I have a big friend, Jaboni. But when you want to make a man know now say, I did all the same dream with all around the world. That Africa Zion. Yeah man, I do all them vibes that man. I hold it to a point when I reach Africa, I dash with my blood clean passport. Dash it way. Because I reach Zion. Done with the West. The other day, I have a brother named Fridge. UK, Fridge him same name. And he might tell me now, say, Africa not for everyone. But him have brethren way and make it to Africa. And he might tell me, say, him have brethren way I run school Africa. And he might tell me, say, him have brethren way I run business Africa. All of this good enough, Fridge. Because me not a school teacher. So I couldn't open a school. And me not a businessman. So I couldn't open a business. Me's a hard stepper. Anyone I go a step, me step. If you know what that means. So when me go Africa, step me that step. Yeah. And my step in the too hot for Africa. That me I tell you now. And when me realize that my stepping is too hot, I just take time to toe out. So, my virgin priests are all down there and them are cool. Africa don't have nothing for you cool. You have to have things for cool Africa. You have to have things for cool. So I don't know how I'm cool. I never go there nothing. So when me can tell you priests are all straight, big and serious. If it's help you want to come out, I will think about it. But me not stay at Babylon and take care of the man of Zion. Me not do that. I mean, not hide and say it, you know. You can there Jamaica or there Africa chant down Babylon and then ask me to help you. That not gonna work. Do you realize right now that if Babylon go down right now and me and my entire family going down with it? So man have it, when them say new faculty of thinking, you have to look on a reality, you know. You can there Africa say that Zion. Nothing now go on for you. You are chant down Babylon. But at the same time, you are ask me now to finance you with Babylon money. Me no drop a maid yesterday. You have some man now, like Alaya Congo now, him vex with me now cause me never finance him rice program. Yeah. June and Egos, him vex with me because him asked me for things from when. And him tell himself say me can help him. But I'm refusing. And I just confirm the while say, a Babylon me live. And me not go stay at Babylon. Take Babylon money and send go a Zion. How that makes sense? Me not really listen up. I'm try to keep things practical. Yeah. Like me say, you down there burn a fire and a beat drum and a ask Jah to sing Babylon. Yet, when Mussolini run up on Jah, Jah run come, right which part me there. Hey, make the thing make sense, man. Make the thing make sense. So, you see them look half-key talk with some man have and a preach. Me no night. And next little topic I want to touch before me slide. Because I'm going to make this long and drawn out and boring. Everywhere I go, people see me and and them want to start a cartel debate with me. And me ask them, say, I know me did lock up cartel. Cartel free. And him, as such, him free for the way he want to do. Cartel, you listen to me, you know. But when I hear it now, Cartel said there's no way I'm going back to jail. And that tell me, say, Cartel did hear what me said. And I'm a watch my pattern. 30 years now since me come out, article. And I know I'm gonna look forward. So, make Cartel go and do cartel. Yeah, as long as him not look forward. Him alright with me. Me not have nothing to talk about him. Me not have nothing to say about him relationship. One of my daughter tell me, said, Dad, I would like to go to cartel show. But she's a working young lady. So I'm sure she have her money where she work. And she's free to go where she want to go. And she might go and get this autograph. Yeah, that would be lovely. She can bring back the autograph and I will post it for you all. Yeah. So, I'm not going to stop talking about back a wall. I won't like it. Can bite it. Because you can't make up no story can tell you about back a wall like how I do about with Mantico Bay. And we don't call it again. Bad Friday. But tell you already said that couldn't go on a back a wall. I want to know why, because back a wall I no go here. Eh? Was a no go here. Until them bulldozer it down. And even now, back a wall turn into Tivoli Garden. And them still nervous of the garden. So until such time, keep it locked. And don't give up. Stand firm wherever you are. Because Babylon is everywhere. Struggle, continue. Yes, Gilly. Hold tight. Jigo, hold tight. And all the bridging them. Yes, Errol Shorter out of back a wall. And the Shorter family. Go and hold tight, same way. Keystone, Butchie Belly, Wani. Yeah, the Googers and the Cougars. Yes, my brethren, Egan, a big man, brethren, Egan. Stand firm, same way. And your brethren, and your brother, Barry. Don't know one to pleasure. If pleasure is still with us. But these are some original back-a-wall people that I can recall. Yes, Errol Dunkley. Product of the place. Yeah. Why some people vex me and call them name, you know, because I try call them on them when I call from my back-a-wall days. Yeah. Not that I don't have no new friend, but a back-a-wall me I talk about. Man, I can relate to the things that we just talk about just now. Like my big brother, Django. Yeah. But you never know, say the first sound in a Tivoli Garden was a sound called Sir Lyde. Yeah, played by Django, my bigger brother. Yeah. But you never know, say there was a sound over Lizard Town named Butchie Belly. That sound they play by I and Dodo. Yeah. And Tyrone. Yeah, Couple Tyrone, Hag Big Brother. Yeah. Certain sound I'm gonna play certain place. Sir Lyde only play two places. Tivoli Garden or Rima. Yeah, that is Sir Lyde. I think one time Bunny Buttercup, Bunny Phipps, better known as Bunny Phipps, used to DJ upon Sir Lyde sound too, when it in a Rima. Yeah. But you never know, say na goose na gas, big youth sound I'm gonna play upon one corner. And that is Superstar. Yeah. So there is many sound that we know. That only we alone know these sound. Because these sound is corner sound. Them not play nowhere else. Them don't string up and not string down. But every sound again me carry on in my sound vibes. And when we go in my sound vibes, same thing. No dog can back. West Kingston history, you know. When me talk of West Kingston history, me talk. So me go between east and west. South, little bit of the north. Yeah, me no pass Papine. Down the whole of the furthest, me go for Papine. Yeah, through Isterani. Yeah. And I go to Stone Hill. I go to Stone Hill a dance and I go to Stone Hill a boys home. So that's my geography. Rockfort, Harborview, Port Royal, and around City Kingston. You and then Mar Valley, Waterhouse, Pembroke Hall, Duane Park, Riverton City. Yeah. Some place me don't know, you know. Yeah, me don't know Seaview. Me that don't make there was no Seaview. Me don't know Seaview. Sometimes someone want pop star. Me don't know Seaview. I'm not ashamed to say me don't know Seaview. Yeah, me don't know when that bill. Me know Riverton. When it a dump, dump. My virgin seller used to have a beer giant down a Riverton. Used to go to Riverton and Kuta. Go check sell up out. Yeah. But I don't know Seaview. That build up a new place that. Yet me hear some man big up themselves and talk, say they come from Seaview and yeah. And I tell them say it impress me because I don't know it. Never go to Seaview yet. I don't even know if I get night. I don't know which part it there. Yeah. I know back to when back to was back to. Front to. Because back to is an extension of back a wall. Yeah, man. Back to is an extension. Riverton is an extension of back a wall. Because all these places have the same thing in common like back a wall. Dongle. All these places was dongle. Back to was dongle. Riverton was dongle. And the whole of Foreshore Road outside of the Isle of Fine, the recite was dongle. So when me talk about these places, I'm talking about a different place. Anyone under 55-year-old no know these places. You have to come to school and go ask your granny and your grandfather. Maybe your father might know these places. Yeah. Enough people still, they bought but you, me leave so long, I don't remember them, but if I go yard, them sing and them know, and them come to my thing and say, yeah man, remember look about the man, remember your man, look boy, they're rude. That's all I'm gonna say, I was rude when me I grow. Cause a long time me I sting, you know. Don't like it, I'm talk them thing, but and a boast, me a boast, you know, I reality me I tell you, a long time me I sting. Them put me a road long time. Benny Samson put me a road. Jello stinker. Put me a road. I know not like that, I'm telling you, say, put me a road with the Iver. When I vex when you hear about the Iver, because I don't run put the Iver, you know. But I never kill it. I never kill it. So maybe that's why I name no Carl. Because I never kill it. I just like for work, Iver. Yeah. Me that works, man. Send me feet, it have to get thick. Me no go and miss, you know. Me no go and miss, and me no run left that. Yeah. Cause after me get that, any tackling me bring you nice. Yeah. But me no kill it. Maybe that's why me there so long can still tell you my chronicle. Cause my chronicle don't have no whole heap of, you know. Me neat with my thing. Yeah man, enough man about the mistake when I take, you know, and when them see me, them smile, cause me neat. Yeah man. Them respect me because me the man we work with a lot of respect and dignity. Me have a lot of do's and don'ts, you know, things what me do and things what me not do. Yeah. And everything tickle me. Yeah, but priest I know I pressure my case. And sometimes some man talk to me like them figure say me have heart. But tell a man the other day, say, no man, me left my heart down some man. Me never carry my heart with me when I go foreign. Yeah man, some man, me tell a man the other day, say, yo, a man if I go down to Jamaica, I go look for my heart, right down there. Me not tell which part down there, but I down there. Never carry that coming with me a foreign. When me a go foreign, me left my heart at Jamaica. So we have to work that out. Yeah man. Me not have to think twice, you know. When it's time for make a move, me not have to think twice, because I know my heart there. So I don't want a man come talk to me like him thinks he can talk me and soften me heart. Because I not walk with that. Our original talk, I go in, you know, when I go in the original talk, you know, earth, and I say, what kind of Rasta man that? Yeah. This is not Bible Rasta, man. Yeah, man, this is not church. And I get my church talk over here. Me don't want no amen. From now on, to keep that. I'm going to find one that. Carry that party stuff. We call it passage stand on 7 day. And 7 and Adventist and all these things. But that's not depend on that. Keep on the amen to myself. Anyway, keep it locked. You know, until such time when I find such man. Bless up.
For these homeowners and tenants, Tivoli Gardens represents not just a place. There are different types of accommodations to suit different income levels, deliberately so, to retain in the area higher income residents who are community leaders. For what good would it do for a community to prosper if, as a result, it lost the fruits of its prosperity? The important thing is to provide room for all to grow. The important elements of social control and communal stability
are built into the pattern of residential construction and ownership. Of the 1,000 dwelling units in Tivoli Gardens constructed by the Ministry of Housing, 1/3 are high-rise rental units. 2/3 are units sold on a long-term basis and paid for on easy monthly terms. The sales units are of 3 basic types and prices. The terrace units, a string of attached homes with common walls, but a separate property line.
The duplex units, and single-unit bungalows. To maintain property value, the more expensive units are sited on the most desirable locations.
The single factor carrying the greatest weight in determining success or failure in creating a community is the layout of residences and service centers in the area. This was a positive plan in mind in the concept of Tivoli Gardens. Firstly, the rental units, because of the lack of ownership and lesser degree of property care, were not congregated in any one area, or the result would soon have been a mini slum. Instead, we scattered them in pockets surrounded by the owners of purchased units, and so brought the pressure of higher levels of property care to bear on the rental unit occupants. The result was a much improved level of living in external and internal home care. Secondly, the centers must be strategically located, that is, central to the community, so that each individual is within easy distance. And all this must be put together in one residential package, which must not be so large that it splits naturally into neighborhoods, thereby destroying the strength of unity and stability that comes from a single community. This is the overall basic concept. But there are intricate social forces embodied in the lifestyle of a people, which can be put to work to aid this concept as it unfolds.
Make me hold your hand. This long time y'all never see you. Come make we walk and talk. This long time y'all never see you. Come make we walk and talk.
What does the beauty of nature have to do with the development of a community? Flowers and parks and open spaces are visual attractions and breathing spaces that provide the lungs of a community. But more so, every flower, every tree, every green area is an inexpensive visual reminder to the new residents that they are in new surroundings, requiring new patterns of behavior. Just as the elements of decay, dirt, and garbage were conditioning factors in the old way of life, just so will the carefully manicured gardens in the people's parks and the refreshing fountains decorated with lights recondition old standards and produce new discipline and behavioral codes. But it will take time, many years of trial and error. The story of the community bench explains how we learn together as we live together and plan. First, there was the upright bench. Men sat on the upright and soiled the seat with their feet. No one sat on it. So we built a bench without a back, and they slept on it. No one sat on it. So now we have designed a curved bench which could neither be stepped on nor slept on. At last it served its purpose. People sat on it. The work isn't over. It goes on. What we have learned as we have traveled this hard road is where we will now begin in working these concepts into the next areas. In the adjoining Denham town, and in the Hellshire Hills, where a city of 300,000 people is to be built on this self-contained community principle over the next 20 years.
For the busy Edward Seaga, the social architect of Tivoli Gardens, private moments with his family are rare. But the time spent with wife Mitzi, daughter Annabelle, and son Christopher are precious and rewarding.
What's the name of the donkey? Christopher, you tell me the name of the donkey. Leroy?
Hello, Jean.
Can you read out of this?
Rewarding, too, are the moments spent with the people of West Kingston, who hold a special place in his heart.
In everything I need.
They return his love with equal fervor.
My shield and hiding place. Lost as I'm a brother, Seaga is to me. Lost as I'm a brother, Seaga is to me. He's my dearest friend in everything I need.
10 years ago, the place where we sit and stand tonight was a rubble of tattoos and thatches and jungle. It is not that the houses were bad. Yes, they were bad in the sense that they were not substantial homes. But what was worse was the fact that the people in the community at that time were letting down the name of the larger area of people around them known as the community of Western Kingston. They gave this place a bad reputation. West Kingston was carved out in the whole city as being the place where everything would be dumped that had no further use in life. What we have tried to do over the last 10 years, and I say we because no one person is responsible. I am your representative, but you are the people who have to work with me to do these things, is to take the things that were not making any contribution to the betterment of the community, areas of waste, the back of walls, and transform them from being the worst into being the best. If this part of the city had simply been rid of the slum that was there, of the haven that it created for every known criminal in the city, of all evil things that used to go on, if the area was only leveled so that one could see from one end to the other, we could say that we would have done the area a good deed and that we would have done a proud job in making the community better. But we didn't just level it. We didn't just remove the stain that it was upon the community. What we did in addition to that was to put something in its place. And what was put in its place? We have built here a community and a township which is a model for the entire island. But I want to tell you that what we have built here is a model which has meaning in many other parts of the world. Has meaning in every big city in many big countries where there are problems of strife within the city, problems of the whole structure of the city being decayed. And what we have managed to do here, in removing the garbage heap and replacing it with play fields, in eliminating the old tattoos and the ranches, and putting bungalows and high-rise units in their place, in removing the tracks that had no beginning and no end and putting highways in the place, in bringing light into an area that had no light, no water, no storage, in providing proper homes and decent homes. We have not only taken the man out of the slum, but we have taken the slum out of the man. And this is a lesson that can well be learned elsewhere in the world. And it is for that reason, among others, that we seek to put down here a record of the transformation, a record of the transfiguration, a record of the massive change that has taken place, so that it will be known to others as to how this little gem that has been created out of the dust and the ashes might be a gem that can hang on some other necklace around the neck of some other country elsewhere in this world.